is this? Are you tired because you're so strong? Look at this guy.
Have you guys met Angel?
I haven't.
At the event, Torx event, I think.
Oh.
That was brief, that was ready.
Yeah, I think you guys have met.
Yeah.
Business partner. So anything home built is basically him. It's gonna basically today we are standing with Michael and Grace at their first flip property in Glendora, California, correct? Before we go into the first flip property in California, let's talk about a little bit about your guys' portfolio a little bit, right? So if you don't mind, you guys are investors typically out of state, right? Primarily?
Yes.
Yes.
And then how many have you done out of state and what kind of projects were those?
I don't know, like
Done.
14 now?
Yeah. Like, oh, for sure over 10 by now.
Over
Yeah.
10? And
Yeah.
within what is the time span of timing in that, like year-wise? 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years?
We started April of 2021.
20? Oh, so that's
Yeah.
not right. 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah, that's when we
So you guys
joined
built
Tarek.
it the whole time. And a little backstory, Grace and Michael and I all met through Tarek El Moussa's homeschooling program that was a real estate investing schooling. And that's how we met basically because actually valuing properties. And funny story, I have I want to show you this. Okay, I'm going to read this to you. This is funny. I was thinking, when did we meet? Like, when did we officially start talking, right?
Shoot, I think it was August of
he
last
said-
year.
Because I saw you on
He
the
said
appraisal
August.
call.
Okay, yeah, August 17th. Is that really just right off your memory?
Dude, I just remember.
August.
I remember
I'm not
four
kidding.
people.
It says August 17th, and it says, shout out to Brandon Hargraves for what was supposed to be a 10-minute call turned into an hour and a half lesson on appraisal. Also just chatting about door knocking, finding deals, and just him wanting us to stay away from his territory.
There you go.
Okay, funny story about that territory is because we were doing door knocking in Glendora, which is not my territory. We all have our own, everyone has a territory, right? They live in Glendora. We did some door knocking in Glendora. This is their first flip property in Glendora, right? So this is your territory officially, right? You can officially
Well,
say
actually,
that, right?
that territory was your territory back in when we just
Anaheim or
Anaheim-
Cerritos or something like that?
Yeah.
Oh, that flip. Yeah, yeah. But we're now in his territory, and we're going to go take a look at what you guys just did for this project. Is there anything you want to tell us about the house before we step inside? Anything that, like, how the process was to get the property? Was it a smooth transition? Was it dealing with on-market MLS, or was it off-market? Any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, so this one was on market, so on the MLS, and then it fell out of escrow a couple times.
Okay.
And so we just kind of kept our eye on it. And then the sellers were great. That was the smoothest process we
Okay.
went through. They were in a situation where they needed to get out.
Okay.
And, they were happy to sell it to us and make it work.
And then you got that's locked up. So when did this close escrow for you guys? When did you officially get the keys?
July, like the beginning of July.
11th, I think.
July 11th, and today
Yeah.
we are at, what, I'll let you guys say. 'Cause I always mess it up.
October
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
So how many months you got there?
So we finished the reno in 2 months. So we
See-
were like a month ahead of schedule.
Okay, right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
let's talk about. We can talk more about that when we're out of the sun and in the
Yeah.
shade about the
All right.
house. But honestly, I know this reno didn't take very long, and we know the contractors that did it. So I'm excited to go see what they did inside and how your guys' relationship with them was.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, let's go this way.
We
So-
completely added sod.
Yeah, so the
So the
sod's
grass is
new,
all new.
and then we cleaned up and put new mulch on the front,
Okay.
and then new sprinkler systems in the front.
New sprinkler system in the front.
Yeah.
All right, perfect. Okay, is this a little better here, guys? So we're gonna give some information on their property, and the cool thing about it is 2.5 months, basically 2 months on the reno, right?
Yeah.
They were projected to be done in 3, so this transition was a fast one on this house. And this house was a major reno, right? And you guys came in and you rehabbed the whole property, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would say compared to what we've typically done, this was considered lighter.
Okay.
But
Oh,
we
wow, okay.
did, like, in terms of the scope, it was like a big transformation in terms of the interior.
What it looked like before and what
Yeah.
needed to be done.
Yeah.
Was it major just like cosmetically, or was there any major issues to the house that you didn't see when you got the inspection and then
The
closed escrow?
electrical and plumbing were the big ones. So we
Okay.
did have to do new PEX plumbing interior, and
Okay.
then new panel, and then new wiring because it was cloth wiring.
Cloth
prior.
wiring. Okay. So right now the house square footage, 1,700 square feet or something?
1,700,
How many bedroom bath?
4-bedroom, 2 baths.
4-bedroom, 2 baths, 1,700 square foot. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Do you know the lot size roughly?
About 10,000.
10,000 square feet. And then
Yeah.
one cool thing we'll hit on is you did take me around the side, and the RV parking. There's a lot of parking in this property, which I think is really good for the market, right?
Yeah.
You get that particular buyer with an RV or a boat or something,
Right.
so that's really nice. How do we get in the garage? What's the best way to go?
Garage door opener.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so you guys redid. Would you guys have to do all new fascia? Because I noticed this is all obviously newly painted. Did you have to redo any of that?
So this was all here.
Okay.
The garage door and the opener was all new.
Okay.
This exterior part, we put new stucco because they had like some plastic kind of
Okay.
vinyl.
So new
siding.
stucco exterior. The windows were good. You kept
Yes,
those.
they were double pane already, and then we
Okay.
added the shutters to kind of match the neighborhood.
Perfect. Yeah, turned out real nice, guys. You got a lot of parking in this driveway too.
Yeah, and then
So-
this one, potentially somebody could make it into an ADU if they wanted because there's that exit.
Yeah, you have side exit, and then these, and I'm sure
parking.
there's definitely some around here. And you do have side access to the RV, which you will see, which is why this would actually be a good potential ADU, because
Right.
you can
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
literally get side access. It'd be private, cut off. You wouldn't have really no interaction with your neighbor, really. If
Right.
you didn't want it, so.
Yeah.
Might be a nice thing. See, what's gonna happen though, I bet you since they did all the work in this and their neighbors to Glendora, I'm gonna ask a question. Did you guys wanna keep the house?
Oh, the neighbor's asking us?
No, I'm asking
or-
you.
Oh, we.
Now that you fix it up, is it something you would say you'd like to stay and say, okay, I could see myself living here?
I mean, if I had the money, I would love to have this house.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I love the
and
neighborhood.
if we could sell our place.
You can sell your place, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Was it-
definitely somewhere I would be like, this would be a nice home to move into.
It's a good family neighborhood, good
Mm-hmm.
quiet. They have 2 dogs, so that, you know, they like to walk the dogs late night and they wanna, well, you gotta watch out for the coyotes.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
it'll be peacocks.
But it's okay, we're fenced in, so.
You're fenced in here, but yeah, but if you go night walking. Michael wants a night walk. Okay, so this is what I think is really neat about this house, is this RV side here, right? So you have full RV, 1, 2, 3, 4, you can get like 5 more cars up here even if you want
Yeah.
to, you know what I mean? And then you span over here, did you guys have to redo the AC?
No, so luckily they had this done recently. They did a couple maintenance things prior. So HVAC, all we had to do was just get it serviced,
Was
change
it
a
the original
filter.
owner?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh,
so
original owner,
many
they,
people on
they,
here
they,
were
yeah,
original.
they obviously cared about the home if they
Right.
were the original owner, so that when they were giving
Mm-hmm.
you the information, it was valuable information that actually was accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Well,
super helpful.
Very cool. Okay, so let's tour. You guys want to go this way? Is the slider unlocked in the outside? Did we do that yet?
I
Not.
think
You
so.
want to meet us around?
I will.
Okay, I think I
Okay.
unlocked it, but we'll see. Yeah, so we got a pool.
Go ahead. Did you have to redo the pool?
We didn't. We did an acid wash.
Okay.
And then this part was new. We added a privacy fence
Yeah, that looks nice.
because all the homes were kind of elevated, so you can kind of see.
Hey, let's talk about
door.
this mountain view. Did you on your listing you put a view, right?
Yeah, mountain view.
Yeah. See.
Yeah,
Love it.
away from the fires.
Away from the fires. Okay, perfect. Little seating area for the pool. Cute little pool, right?
Yeah, deep enough to swim.
Deep enough to swim, and it's big enough to be a pool, not a spool,
Yeah.
right? I mean, the tree wasn't even an option to get rid of because I like it.
We thought about it, but then they provide a lot of shade,
Uh-huh.
but then also in Glendora, there's like specific trees that you can't cut down, so we didn't want to go through the hassle.
And this may have been one of them. And you know what? To be honest with you, they're not. It's not cheap.
Oh, definitely not.
Yeah, it's not cheap. So I mean, if it's not uprooting your home, why would you want to get rid of it, right?
Yeah.
And trees are great. You want trees. You want shade. Okay, so I do recall in the photos, you guys did some posting and stuff. This was once an enclosed patio.
Yeah, it was unpermitted
Okay.
when they enclosed it. So we just removed the walls on the exterior. And then this fireplace was there, so we kept that.
Yeah.
Like demoed out the
Minimalist
wall, but kept everything and then just put some
Okay, cool.
decking down.
So no windows throughout then, right? It was all
No,
already done.
that one.
This one's new?
Just that one.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
And then so we're gonna head inside. This way's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, we can come in this way. All right.
Okay, so we'll start with the entry over here. Okay, wow, guys.
Yeah, so.
Oh, it smells nice too. It smells
New?
clean, new. It smells like everything is new in this house. Okay, all right, I'm gonna say it. We want to put the booties on first?
That's okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So seeing it's true. Seeing photos and videos of a home does not do it justice. You need to come and like see it. Even the videos that I've seen, it seems different than what I'm being here now. It's turned out really good, guys. I like it honestly. I like colors. Who was the designer?
We kind of both did it.
Yeah.
Did you
Yeah.
pull off of anything from your other projects?
No.
Because it's a different stage.
Maybe
different
paint
market?
color.
I think the paint color is the only
Yeah.
one.
Okay.
Everything else is started from scratch.
Living room was always existing right here. Was there a wall here at one point?
No,
This
this
was
was
always
here.
open? Was
So
there a
the
wall
layout,
here?
we pretty much, there was like a little wall.
Little wall?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and then this was, they had like kitchen cabinets that were going up. So once you demoed,
Right,
yeah,
the
it
window
opened up.
separation.
The skylights were there, but they had it covered. So
Mm-hmm.
all we did was just open it and then they skim coated it.
Wow. I mean, yeah. Show's way bigger too, right? A lot of counter
Yeah.
space, a lot of cabinet space, right? Mm-hmm. It's good, guys.
Yeah, so the washer dryer over here, they had it already. So we just kind of
Tucked it
split
away.
it to make a walk-in pantry.
Okay, so the
So
pantry
there's
was
more.
always there?
No, so it was washer dryer like
Okay.
all here. So we made a walk-in pantry.
These are those bifold.
Yeah.
That's long.
So a stackable and then a little extra space that they.
This isn't. This is all right. You know, for laundry.
Yeah, turn it on.
I have my feelings about laundry, but this is okay. I'm okay with it. You don't know. It doesn't feel like it's in the kitchen, even though it's the kitchen.
Yeah,
right?
because you have to,
Yeah.
when you're flipping, you have to just, obviously, it would be nice if it
Was it
was
always
separate.
there?
Yeah, this was
yeah.
here.
So where do
So
you,
you have
put
to
a laundry that
decide
was always there?
Right.
where to spend your
Yeah,
money.
and you know what? The truth is, in this neighborhood, in this market area, that's probably really common, right? So
Yeah, a lot of
it's
them have
not-
it in the garage too.
Yeah, in the garage.
Yeah.
That garage isn't an oversized garage though, so you don't get much. There's not much. They probably would mess with the parking and stuff in there. So
Yeah.
right? Doesn't seem
Probably.
like a
So
deep,
that
deep
garage is
garage.
gonna be an 80.
But this, are you gonna? And that's what you're gonna make it an ADU, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, man, this is nice.
Yeah. So dining, and then that way you can, with the covered patio, you can kind of go out and still
so quiet.
enjoy. It's very
quiet.
quiet in this neighborhood.
So quiet. So you hear the birds chirping. Okay, staging. We got a stage, right?
Yeah.
This is all staged. Okay.
Yeah,
cool.
Majestic staging,
And
the
then
local.
when you do a staging thing, is it month to month, week to week? How do you typically do your contract with them?
They all kind of vary depending. So this one, they did a 3-month.
Okay.
That's kind of theirs. And then what's kind of neat is you just do typically like a half deposit, but then the remaining, they could get paid at escrow when you're
that's nice.
closing.
Oh,
So
that
you
is
don't have to
nice.
put all that up front.
That is, and then you do it 3 months, and then hopefully, and if you
Right,
get
hopefully it
done,
doesn't
if you
go
get it
longer.
done in a month, you sell in a month, then that just is what it is, right? They get
Yeah.
paid and everyone moves on.
I mean, all in our, when we did our analysis, right, we budgeted in staging for 3 months.
3 months.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what market was going with the market right now, right? With the homes on the market.
With the market, but also we just add that in just because you never know.
Alright.
So
Well,
just
no, I
in
know. We
case.
have clients that are, sitting and having to get rid of, and the market's just that was a tricky in certain spots. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? So, but we're gonna get through it, and we're gonna persevere, right? That's what we learn as investors, right?
Right.
Or die trying.
Yeah. So we
Okay.
staged all except this bedroom, so people can kind of see
The
a
space
full
of
room.
it. Okay.
Yeah. So they all have.
I like the basic words, clean.
Yeah, so they're just kind of painted new closet doors, and then they all
Did you
have
guys
these
change
remote
out
control
these
ones.
doors throughout the house, or are these existing?
These are existing,
Did
but
they
we
add-
added the
you
trim.
added- Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just to
That's
kind
a
of
way to do it.
update it.
I like that idea. So they came in, and we'll talk about this. They smooth coated everything, removed all the popcorn, all that good stuff, right?
Yes.
That's bedroom 2.
Yeah. Bedroom.
So yeah,
two.
the cool thing about bedrooms is they're just basic. They're just like, a bedroom's a bedroom.
Right.
Yeah.
You want a bed in there, and and you make it
Fresh coat of paint,
fresh coat of paint, and
new
you
light fixture, new flooring, new closet, everything else. Because what else can you do?
What else can you do?
Yeah.
You can't do much, and that's the nice thing about it. So the only thing you can do is really typically add them or take, unless if you don't have the space. So
Right.
having the space for the 4, right, is good. So this is the primary.
This
then.
is the primary. So this one, we did have to do a little bit of reinventing with these closets.
Uh-huh.
So this was here, but it was maybe about like a foot over.
Mm-hmm.
And then this was an L-shaped closet. So if we open this up, it was this way and then another,
Okay, so it cut
4
into the
feet that
bathroom.
way, yeah.
So you got rid of that and got the bathroom.
yeah, so we moved this out a little bit because the walk-in shower was super tiny.
Okay.
So we adjusted
And
it.
so this would be considered. This is his.
Yeah,
Right? This is his. That's his,
right.
and that's hers.
Or if it's a single person, that could be their shoe,
Yeah, that
or
would be,
knickknack.
well, that's still gonna be her shoes and then hers.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, this turned out good. I like
Yeah,
this.
so the shower was like half the size before, maybe even
Yeah,
smaller.
This is clean. That's a good sized shower too. In
Yeah.
This space. Yeah. That one you had to do that.
Yeah, and then
You had to
double
do that.
vanity before it was a single. So. we have
And
to do
then where did you guys get what kind of cabinets? Are those Bliss?
No, so
like
we
I
got
remember
these
Bliss.
from a local supplier out
Okay.
in Chino. So we got the kitchen cabinets, countertops, and vanities.
And
from
did
them.
you outsource that and you did some like digging around to find the best deal and that kind of stuff?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the thing in SoCal. There's just so many wholesale places. Like you're not stuck to a couple, and then prices are much better. in
And then
material.
all the wholesale prices you guys were finding, are they pretty similar though? Like they're competitive with each other? Kind of like us as investors trying to get a wholesale deal?
I don't know.
They negotiated the price.
Yeah, I think in talking to other investors, like they were surprised that I feel like our material cost on the
Okay.
and the quality.
So did you guys stay, let's go out back in the,
Sure.
check out, so we got one more bedroom. I want to see the other bathroom.
Yeah,
Okay.
those little.
Well, let's get
Let's
the
do
five,
one.
yeah, let's get the whole bedrooms.
Yeah.
This one's good.
We'll turn that
Oh, this might be the bed, this room though, is probably what the kids want, right? Easy to sneak out of.
Yeah.
The pool, right?
Right.
And like this is furthest away,
Yeah.
well, moms and dads over there, like, I can get out. This is
We did
cool.
have a couple kids, little kids come in. They're like, "Ooh, I like this bedroom because
I
the
know.
door's right there."
Yeah, that's what I said. I'm on this. Someone's gonna like this one. This is gonna be an easy
Yeah.
in and out. So, and they get the best mountain view.
Yeah, the previous owner did use this room as an office,
Yeah.
and then so I
It definitely
think he
gives
might
you the
have
vibe
added
of
that
being able
door.
to be through, like make creative space. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if you have that to look at, you're good.
yeah,
Very cool.
and
So
that
that's-
becomes your egress.
This
Since
is
there's
your
no window.
egress. Yeah. I mean, this could be part of the. Well, no. Where's the ADUs up front? The garage is
Mm-hmm.
up there. Yeah. All right. Cool. So this is the bedroom 3 or 4? What did you
Four.
say?
Yeah, so we
Saw
have two
four.
on each side,
Okay.
and then this is the.
Yeah, it's a large
yes.
rectangle.
Yeah. So
We had some very similar tile. Yeah, I like this.
yeah, the tile is cool
Yeah.
to touch.
This is cool. Yeah, this is I like textured tiles right now. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah. So this one we just updated everything inside, but we didn't change the layout.
no.
So
I mean,
that
it's good size. good
saved
enough bathroom
money.
Size. Save money here.
Yeah.
So where do you feel like your biggest savings was?
Our biggest savings, I think honestly, it'll probably be the cabinets, countertops,
Yeah, on our materials.
our materials.
Materials?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
you guys were so good at finding the deals and like really doing the digging.
It's more of
Let's go
California
back
has so many different places you can purchase materials from. Where in other states that we invested in, it's usually just Home Depot, Lowe's, or
Okay.
Menards.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
I
other
see.
states, like if it's local, it's actually just much more expensive.
Right.
Uh huh.
So here, it's like the
Because
opposite.
there's so many. Mhm.
Yeah, because they're all getting it from here.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, now that we're in this room, I want you to be able to get like the visual of like the kitchen and the material, like kind of get a look at the materials and the quality of the product, right? So that's gonna touch on your contractors real quick, right?
Mm-hmm.
I got love for your contractors, right?
Yes.
So how's I mean, and even like this, Angel, like if you look up. The seamlessness, they had to popcorn everything, and they had to do some patching
Yeah.
of the drywall and stuff up here.
Yeah,
right?
they patch areas even on the old
Yeah, so
drywall.
you don't. That's what I'm saying. Their
Yeah.
drywall work is really good.
Yeah,
And
and then
that's
JC, I think he probably went
JC.
over
I mean,
the
JC did it
ceiling
like
paint.
3 or 4 times. He's a perfectionist.
He's a perfectionist.
Yeah.
Okay, so when they're talking JC, so their contractors are Creative Pro Remodeling, right?
Yes.
And it's Joe, JC, and Juan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the 3 J's, right? So who handled this project primarily for you guys?
I mean, they're all 3 of them. They were here almost every single day.
Every single day. So they didn't have a
Yeah.
project manager. Usually it's either JC or Joe. Typically.
Joe, I think, took kind of like was the main one on the
He's more in
estimates.
the LA area based.
Yeah,
they have
'cause
2
he lives
branches.
right
They have the
here.
LA and then they have the Coachella Valley. So I guess JC kind of handles is more in those projects.
Yeah,
you say?
because Joe lives close by.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he took care of a lot of
And
stuff.
shout out, Joe just had a baby.
Yes.
Yeah.
Luca.
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 Very cool. So like they didn't. How was it working with them? Let's ask that question.
It was
By far, like
amazing.
the best experience. I mean, they clean after every single day.
Yeah.
They're done.
And they work. They grind. Like if
They're
they,
here
if they could be
6 days a
I mean,
week.
If they could be here at midnight working, they would be here midnight working.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, and then sometimes the neighbors don't like that. That was because of Palm Desert, Karens.
Oh.
Yeah, they did. They got caught one time. The neighbor came knocking and said, "Yeah, you guys a little late. Can you go
Uh-huh.
home?" So they ended up having to stop working. But
Oh.
that's the thing that they commit to their projects.
Right.
And now this is going to be the 3rd one that I've seen them work on
Mm-hmm.
within the year. And they've delivered on everything from every investor that I've talked to. So it's very cool to be able to be connected to someone for your guys' next project. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? You already know, hey, I'm gonna call you up. I know your numbers are gonna be in line. You're gonna be honest about what you're doing, and you're gonna meet your turn times. That's like all we want, right?
Yeah.
So that's really cool. It's cool to see them grow too, because like even when we were dealing with Karen is a fellow student and a friend of theirs that has a project as well in Palm Desert, but that Joe and JC did work on for her. But she just like, you kind of just she trusted in them in the process along the way, and they just kept delivering. So it shows, honestly, it shows. And you can tell when you walk into some. This one feels good. It feels sturdy. That was all subfloor, right? Did you guys do it under your laminate? Did you do like any kind of like a foam or anything under it? Because it feels very solid.
No, so the good thing was because the floor was already like really even,
Yeah, you
so
guys got lucky in that
they just kind of
situation.
smoothed out some of the concrete,
Yeah.
but
They did a little bit of, like thin set just to overlay it or something like that?
no, it was just, I don't know, they just put it
Because
over.
this,
what was
to
there.
me, like this, when I'm walking on this, I don't feel like I'm hearing the, you know, that kind of stuff going on, so it's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's great.
Could be the flooring.
And then when I'm talking about flooring, can you please pan down this guy's shoes? He's very subtle today in his shoes, but I was expecting a little more flash. So we got to touch on his shoe collection. Should I ask you or should I ask him? How many shoes do you have, Nikes?
Double, more than 10?
More than 10.
More than 10.
More than 10.
More than 100.
More than 10. More than 100, right?
Yeah.
Over 500.
Yeah, he's a shoe collector. Okay, not only a house developer and builder, but he's a shoe collector, right?
Right, and I feel like that's the reason why we don't have more properties is because of that.
See how she's quiet? She hasn't said a word. She's like, yeah, shoes.
He's learned along the way.
I've learned not to.
But he's a talented customizer.
He is, and I believe, I mean, he's hooked me up with a few pair. He's got some, that's what he does. He shares the love of his shoes. You will say that, right?
Yes.
He's like, he does pass those shoe love along. I know you give Carlos a couple pairs and stuff, right? Yeah, so. Well, is there anything else you guys would like to say about your project before we head out? Come check it out this weekend. Are we having an open house
Yes,
this weekend?
open house this weekend.
Okay.
Saturday 11 to 1 and then Sunday 2 to 4:30.
So Saturday 11 to 1, Sunday 2 to 4:30 this coming weekend. Open house, Glendora. Come check it out. Grace, Michael, will you both be there?
I will not.
You will not.
I will be here.
You'll be hosting. All right, perfect. Come check it out, guys. Thank you. This has been fun. I love
Yeah.
it. Turned out great. You
Thanks.
guys are proud of you, seriously. Are you guys proud? I know this is like crunch time because you want everything sold, right? But it's
Yeah.
like it's.
I mean, I'm not worried.
No, I mean So the guy you had it under contract and they just couldn't deliver.
They literally, I was like pissed for about 10 minutes. Well, it was like half the day. Yeah.
Day.
Yeah. Roller coasters. Like I was like,
Why? Because it went under contract. Like.
so this is my first one as an agent
Yes,
here. So
yes.
I'm learning as well.
Yes.
So we had 2 counters going, and when they countered, when we countered back their offer, before they send, they have to on the bottom like sign they, accept, but look at this. You have to
Next
go with
one,
this
okay.
next one.
Uh-huh.
They didn't sign that piece. So when we finally got to their counter back and we signed, we said, me and the agent, we were like, we accepted it. We're going to go into escrow. Hey, can you get them to sign this last piece? And then he had to go out of the country something. He was like, my assistant will take care of it, but we're going to go into escrow on Monday. So I was like, great, send it over. Then the assistant's like, oh yeah, well, we sent it out. We should get it very soon. Sunday rolls around. This is like the next day. They asked to come see the property. And then, so I get a little weirded.
Again.
I was like, so why do you need to see it? And did you sign that yet?
Yeah.
So she was like, oh, they just want to see it one time. They're in the area. And then, so basically, I think she lied about pushing it off. And then the buyers were holding that,
Yeah.
thinking, oh,
Sounds
we
like
just
that,
won't
yeah.
sign it, even though we already had a agreement. It's like in this business, it's all about your word, even if something isn't quite, it was a logistic.
Yeah.
So Monday morning, I kept pushing. I asked the agent, I was like, I need to know what's going on.
Yep.
So he goes, I'm so sorry. The AC was too loud for them, and they don't want to move forward.
Based off of the original inspection, that they never came back for a second inspection is how I heard that, right? Because they didn't come back because they wanted to come
We
back.
were already under contract,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
if
that
you
was
had
it.
second doubts, you should have been honest. As an
Yeah.
agent, you could totally say, hey,
Someone's here.
if it, If it's an appraisal assessment, no.
It's probably Amazon. Oh, Spectrum. I was hoping it was a real estate investor wanting
Oh,
to
Spectrum.
give you some information about this house, right? Didn't you get them, right? They call, they knock. I mean, so how has the traffic been in here? I mean, honestly, right now with the market and everything. Okay, so we're dealing with the time. We're dealing with a time of like, we have an election year, so their property's on the market and we're coming on the market and we have what, 2 weeks till the election?
Yeah.
Right, so the real estate's a very kind of, it's in a weird kind of a standstill no matter what, even
Yeah.
though it's kind of moving, is what I'm seeing, right? So
Yeah.
I feel like as soon as that day happens, I feel like no matter what, things are gonna have to keep moving, right? The world has to keep going on, one way or another. So it's like, does that change anything? Do you think the rates are gonna drastically drop and go crazy low, or do you think they're gonna go crazy high? I personally feel like, you never wanna get this on film, but like, I feel like it's just gonna be like this for a while, right? But people are gonna still have to move and people are gonna still need properties, right? Because there is
Yeah.
low inventory. Is there many comps right now on the market that you guys are seeing?
I mean, we're seeing like there's a couple. The thing is, they're all slightly older, and they sold at least like 115, even some in the
Older
112.
dated or older like year built?
Dated, like how they look.
Okay, they're not as updated and they are old sales, meaning they were 6 months ago or they last?
No, they were like probably the last like
Okay,
3 months.
So we're going,
Yeah.
there's nothing that's been updated currently like yours and similar as
Right.
far as like year built, you're saying?
So there are comps that support like our list price,
Mm-hmm.
but again, like it's the buyer market
Qualifying.
we're seeing is people are just kind of waiting,
Waiting, see? As we
and
said,
they're
so-
kind of see if the prices are going to drop. But the thing is, like this is the reality.
This is the reality. This is the reality right now. And I don't
Yeah.
think in 2 months of people looking for homes, the reality is going to change. Do you know what I mean? So that's what we are dealing with right now. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
next time we have this on, we'll be in escrow, right? And we'll be toasting and champagning bottles and putting your
Hope
next
so.
offer. Are you guys currently obviously still looking? You guys are always hustling looking, so I know that's the truth.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like California, Oregon, Indiana.
So out of state, we can ask this, since you guys are familiar with out of state investing, what state have you found been the easiest to work in so far? Like how would you say? What you said? Arizona, you said Oregon, did you say Arizona?
No,
No.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
So it's Oregon, Indiana, and California is kind of where you're at right now.
Yeah.
And why Oregon, why Indiana?
So Oregon, because we lived there for about 5 years.
Okay,
so
so you're familiar with the area.
We're familiar
Okay.
with the area. Indiana was because we kind of felt stagnant. In Oregon we couldn't find any deals,
Uh-huh.
so we just decided one day.
You just picked it.
Well, no, we wanted to pivot to get holds, buy and holds.
Buy and
Right.
holds. And
Yeah.
the pricing in Indiana was good for that market, right?
Yeah, and in terms of, like, we look at a couple of factors like, how many people are moving in, right, or are people moving out of the state? Is it landlord friendly?
It's a good sign.
Neighborhood. So we have to like look at those data to see is it actually a good area. Just because it's cheap doesn't mean it's a good
Who does
market.
all the data stuff? Who's the researcher out of the two of you?
Kind of
So
both.
I guess I would research, but she would correct my research, I guess.
So she double checks your work,
Right.
right? Okay, and then the name of your company. I don't even think we said that yet. What is the name of your company?
MWGM property.
Yeah, that's for California.
Okay. Well, since we're in California,
Yeah.
we're gonna go with California as
Okay.
MWGM Properties, right?
Right.
And what does that stand for?
Mochi Wobbles, which is our dog,
Okay.
and then Grace and Michael.
Okay. See,
Mm-hmm.
so there, and that was established about in 2021, right? You guys,
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
And they're married, and they're still married, and they have properties under their belt, and they are still smiling. So this is a good thing, right? So it does work.
Smile through the pain.
Smile through the
Yep.
pain. All right, guys. Well, keep smiling then, right? Yeah.
I'm not worried at all.
No. This is the part of the business, right? This is the part of the business.
I mean, like when we got the property, we analyzed for like 6 months,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You gave yourself your 6 month.
We always give our 6 months. That's
Yeah.
what we learned from homeschool. It's like we don't put 3 months because things can happen, delays can happen.
And you knew you were coming on the market right around this time, right? You knew
Yeah.
like right around you were hoping the tail end of like before it happened, but that's the reality. So you're all.
Yeah.
Has it been 30 days?
Yeah, about 30 days.
30 days. So
Yeah.
it's like 41.
Wait,
is
3
what I'm
days on the market? No.
Mm-hmm.
Would it been 3 days?
Yeah.
She's all this.
I
is
think,
the
like,
open
when I-
house. So what do we do for the open house? We got music, we got dancers, we got flamethrowers, we've got, what else do we got? Handstand walkers,
No, we show facts and refreshments.
facts and refreshments. That's a good way to put it. What are you
Yeah.
here for today? Some facts and refreshments?
Yeah.
That's a good way to put it. I like
Yeah,
that.
give the update. So like with
So you should
the,
get a sign or something, like a chalk, or like literally write facts and refreshments, and have some facts and have a thing for your refreshments.
oh,
be
yeah,
kinda
we'll actually
cool.
have a
That's-
printout of all the updates, because in
Yeah.
California, when it's a flip, you have to, like inform, which we always did before, on our flips, we always, here's all the updates we do, but we have a
Okay.
printout, so when people walk in, they can look
100%.
at it.
100%. Yeah, I mean, but I think that would be cool if you had a thing that said facts, and you just bullet point some of them, and people are like, oh, this house was built in 74. Oh, it's 1,700 square feet, but like have it there, and then have your refreshments there. Facts and
Yeah.
refreshments. I mean, that's where you got to get creative, right? Because we got to make people remember us, because they're. I mean, think about it. They're touring what? How many properties are on the market right now?
There's not a lot.
So, what about the one down the street?
That one, so me and the agent, we've been in contact. They have,
No, it does not have a pool.
It's bigger.
No.
It doesn't have a pool. Has it been rehabbed?
It had been.
it has been rehabbed. It's one less bedroom.
That's how big was the square footage?
It's 2,000 square
So it is
feet.
bigger.
So about 200.
I think the lot's bigger
It's
too.
multi-leveled.
It's tiered, like like three steps type thing.
It's like, is it 2 steps? Probably like 2 steps.
Yeah,
down
it's
when
like
you
one
go
or
to-
two.
The problem is that house probably would have been, they would have benefited from staging.
Oh, it's empty?
It is
Yeah.
empty. There is no primary.
How long were they on the market for?
since
Oh, I think it's been like
even before we bought the
100.
property.
Okay, so they were on the market before. Were they
Something.
just asking a lot when they were on the first list?
So they did go under contract. So there was a buyer. I don't know the reason they fell out of it.
It's like, can I find that buyer? Right? I mean, is that what is that listed for? Do we know?
1250.
Okay, so it's still higher than your list price.
Yeah.
So that's still good for you guys.
Yeah.
So that's good. That's actually should help you guys because it's another rehab property, but yours is less. Regardless of 250 square feet, that's not that huge of a difference in the reality of things. It really isn't for the similar lot size, similar, right? And you have a pool and they don't, right?
Yeah, and
So,
then because we walked it, that one also doesn't have a true like ensuite,
Don't worry,
so
we're
they're
gonna
just
go walk it
separate.
after this. We can give our analogy on that one too.
So there's only they're a separate bedrooms. There's no bathrooms attached and ensuites.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Not one? The master doesn't have a.
No. So it's just two separate bathrooms.
They didn't put a wall out and do that, huh?
I don't know.
Question, guys.
Yeah.
Was this expensive? Well, not expensive, but
I'm gonna close this
we're
real
trying to
quick.
make a podcast. Sorry, my ADD kicked in. This is what we need, Angel. This is like foam behind.
That's what I was saying.
And then you put the foam.
You just stick it on there, right?
You glue it with like hot glue on it or something.
No, you just buy the panels like
Buy
that.
panels.
And they
Yeah.
come with all that stuff?
Yeah.
There you go.
And so it is soundproof.
Oh.
It is soundproof.
It is soundproof.
That's what we want.
Yeah. So you could put that like
For
in the
our
ceilings
freaking-
as
for
well.
the podcast. Oh, podcast coming soon.
Yeah.
Don't get about it.
They have them. We bought this
We're
on
getting something
Amazon.
going. We're making something in my room.
Did you just drop something on video?
Just dropped a little hint. No, but yeah, we're looking for a backdrop with the and the soundproof. That'd be perfect.
They have them at Costco now.
Yeah. So I don't want to not jinxing myself, but I'm going on Wednesday to potentially sign a listing agreement with a buyer in Brea.
Nice.
So if
Okay.
you know anybody who wants a 1,700 square foot home with an permitted 600 square foot 2-bedroom 2-bath ADU, let me know.
Okay.
It's already built.
Well, yeah, 1.5. She wants 1.6, but we're coming in at 1.5 and hoping
Okay.
to draw. There's nothing on the market like it that's super in that sense. There's no duplexes, there's no ADUs, but it's in a neighborhood with ADUs. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
okay.
it's a good, great. So I'm like, this can come in two ways. This can come in like, okay, I'm like, we can kind of price this at what you want right now because we don't have a definitive comp to help support whatever we're going for. But if we come in too high, you're gonna scare people away. So let's just try here. And I think that number still is a place that's higher in the area for that, but you're getting a lot more for it.
Is it turnkey?
It's not rehabbed. It's lived in. You would come in and the main house is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, and then 1,763 square feet, and then the back house ADU it has a garage, and then the back house or the back ADU is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath.
From an investor standpoint.
I think you have to figure out your numbers to make it work. So the tenant in the back is currently tenant in place right now, and they're renting below market at 2,000. So if you can get someone in there for 3, say, then what does that offset you as a rental or an owner who wants to live it and live in the back? So that's where it becomes obviously a buy and hold. Is it 1.5? Can you make those numbers work? I don't know. You know what I mean? But if someone who wants the home will, you know what I mean? Investor wise, it's going to be a little harder unless we can bring up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with, okay, here's what you can rent this one for. Here's what you can rent the front unit for. So when these buyers come in, they're going to have that information and that data from an appraiser.
Yeah.
Who knows how to analyze Know your value.
Yeah.